All right. Let's see if I can get this camera a bit closer, a little more level. Okay. Let's get tripod set up a little better. These guys just came in the mail. See if I can't get a picture of them. There they are. These are what's known as giant freshwater river prawn. However, they are not giant yet. They will be, given enough time, food, and TLC. They have the potential to grow quite very huge. I'm talking like 8 to 12 inches long. Think of like a giant shrimp. It's a shame they're in this blue bag instead of a clear one, but I have no control over that. Let's see. Currently drip acclimating them very slowly. I'm not sure. I think one of them is DOA. Yeah, one of them is definitely DOA. So the other prawn are going at them. But there's definitely a good amount in there. Now, fun thing about prawn. I have never tried to raise them before. I don't know if they are as sensitive as shrimp. And I'm about to find out. That being said, this tank was home to one of my yellow shrimps, my little canary in the mine, which only today recently passed away. But that was because, probably because I have to crank the heat up, because giant freshwater river prawn apparently require 80-degree temperatures, whereas my Neo shrimp really preferred in the 70s to low, well, mid 60s to low 70s. So that stress may have did the little guy in, but I took some measurements of the water that the little guys came in. The TDS around 500. Let me get a better reading of the TDS here. I got a big enough sample. Yes, the TDS is 518, 519. Well, the TDS these shrimp are going into are closer to 800, but the reason why the TDS in my tank here is actually quite high is because it contains a lot of natural calcium. So that'll be good for them, hopefully, for the molting process. I've got my Aqueon 200 or Aqueon Pro 200 watt heater in here. I've also got a bunch of duckweed. Say what you want about duckweed, but it does suck up a bunch of the nasty stuff. Let me find my pH pen, because that's going to be another critical piece of information that I need to know. Get this thing in here. Testing the pH right now. Hopefully it's alkalytic, because my water is pretty alkalytic. Around 8.2-ish. I'm gonna do a proper pH test with the API Master Test Kit here. So I'm going to suck up 5 milliliters of water that I got from the bag, and I will try out the high range pH on the water. Stuff that the prawns came in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we have a reading. And the reading is red, so the pH is probably a little lower. I'm going to have to do a normal range pH test. So I got to use these things kind of sparingly here, because I don't have a lot of the test water from the original bag to work with. So I will be right back as I clean out some test tubes for me to get some information. Alright, I am back. That's one of the main things I want to test out is pH differences here. Because pH swings, that's what causes death in invertebrates real quick. So let's get some pH testing going on. We'll go with the normal pH test on this. So I think we're probably into the more neutral. Let's see. 3 drops. 3 drops go in. Alright. Shake this up. It is blue as can be. So that doesn't tell me much, because unless the pH that these guys are bred in is insanely high, or, well, actually, hold on. Sometimes the lighting kind of makes a difference here. Might be brown. If I recall correctly, high range pH, if you test for it and it just doesn't change color from the dye, the pH is pretty high. So if I'm remembering that correctly, the pH that these guys are born and bred in might be absurdly high. Which is okay for me, actually, because my pH is pretty high as well. My pH sits around 8.2, 8.4 for this tank, which is not unreasonable. It's pretty alkalytic. So at least we're not going from acidic to alkalytic. It's just alkalytic to a slightly less alkalytic mixture. So let's see, what else can I test? Oh, GH. Yeah, that's another one I should test. Let's see what GH these guys are coming from. I only get so many tests from this sample. So the GH in this tank is like 25 degrees. It's pretty gosh darn high. Like I said, that's mainly because this tank has a ton of natural calcium. And calcium there is, but let's see. I know you guys can't see the tests that I'm doing, and maybe I should focus in harder on the shrimp. I keep saying shrimp. I mean to say prawn. These guys are prawn. They are different. Okay, let's get this GH test. This takes forever, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm hoping this guy's GH is pretty high up there too. 6. This test files get so slippery. 7. 8. 9. 10. 10 degrees so far, and we're not measuring it quite yet. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16 degrees. Okay, we got 16 degrees of hardness coming on the inside. So these guys are coming from 16 degrees of hardness in their bag. So 16 to 25 degrees. That's the difference here. So we got a difference of 9 degrees. So that it is pretty significant, but it's nothing that they couldn't handle. So let's see. They're coming from a high pH, going to a slightly lower pH and a slightly higher general hardness. Let's see. Temperature of the tank should be closer to 80 now. Let me make sure of that. About 82 degrees. So that's within their parameters. Okay. All right. So, not bad at all, actually. This is a little. So the guy I got these from, KT Aquatics, I believe, is the name. Guy does this as kind of a hobby, which is cool. You know, I've never seen anyone else do prawns, so I'm eager to try it. He gave me a little baggie of food. I'll probably feed them this food that they're used to and get them switched over to the stuff that I use. Hopefully that doesn't take them too long to get used to. Just taking a gander here at my adopted fish tank. My orphan fish tank with all the new babies. I just got a bunch of new baby orphan fish that will be growing up in a nice, gentle tank. Hi, fishies. Alright, back to the acclimation. So this is going to take quite some time. I wish I could get a better view for these guys for you all, but this blue bag that they came in doesn't really pander to the filming. So I've definitely got some live ones, and I've definitely got ones that are DOA. But, you know, it's just how this sort of thing is, I suppose. The bag was a little cold. The weather's been pretty chilly out lately, actually. There was a heater pack in there, but the heater pack wasn't all that warm. Still don't know what I'm going to do with the garbage picked fish tank. Sitting over here, doing good with the hang on back, but better do something with that one day. There's one prawn that's kind of easy to see. Doing things of a prawn-like nature, I suppose. Well, that's pretty much it, really. These guys are going to be acclimating. Once they're done acclimating, I'll make a proper video of what all goes on with these guys. But until then, figured to be interesting just for everyone to kind of see what's going on so far. Finally moving on to the prawn project, so here's hoping this goes all right.